Welcome to another interesting class. Today's topic is contemporary Nigerian artist. We are going to look at the person of Bros Onobokparaye, who was born in 1932 by an Urobo parent. Bros was a prolific sculptor, graphic designer, printmaker, and a painter. Most of his works have projected and portrayed the Urobo tradition and culture. Also, you can see how he has carried out most of this work inculcating the tradition and the culture of the Urobo, because he is influenced by its immediate environment. And when carrying out these works, you see pictures or images of females and males tying wrappers and also with beads all over them. Here is a picture of Bros doing his or carrying out his invented technique, which is called plasgraphic. And this method is a combination of sculptural pics and printing, where he inculcates the tradition and the culture of the Urobos. And you can see most of his works whereby they are highly influenced by his immediate environment. And some of his works project this culture. Yeah, don't forget, I've told you before in our class that he is a graduate of Ahmadu Bello University. After he graduated from that school, he embarked on his works and he carried out a first one-man solo exhibition. And after then, he has carried out other exhibitions in Nigeria, Africa, and Europe. Some of his works have speak loud of him, and you can see most of his artworks richly portraying the tradition and the culture of the Urobos. And here are colors of reds, yellow, greens, and off-white, projecting print making, and the African motif all around the background of the painted image or pictures. And also you can see the calabash whereby African motifs have been used to decorate. And here's another of his technique where sculptural pieces are inculcated into print making. You can see a low relief on which has been painted with gold, and other African motif decorated the background on a red bordered frame. You can see how the African motifs are being lined and arranged to create composition of shapes. And here's another one which projects the African abstract, which you can see images that are lined and carrying out, that are projected with dark brown and yellowish orange and yellowish red combined together in one work. And these are the nature and how it works normally look like. Another one is red. He is fond of using red to portray some of these works, and you can see the images and the lines projecting the African motif. Is highly influenced by his immediate environment, and you can see that in his works. And here is an abstract with green, orange, and different grades of red and yellowish orange applied on it, also with some particles of dark brown. Here is his technique I told you about printing. He invented his own printing techniques whereby he combines low sculptural relief on printing and try to create impression. You can see from the background that they are images that project the African environment or tradition. Is highly influenced by his immediate environment. And here's a good one you can see. Another one is coming up which has a motif of the African and a combination of reds of different shade, brown and black, then white. These images are more of abstract and they have deep meanings and philosophy. These are the kind of works that he produces. for his exhibitions and for his customers. And don't forget that is also good in sculptural piece. Another picture is coming up. Here is another one that is highly influenced by the African tradition and environment, and is this time is talking about using the images to project different meanings of the African lifestyle with a storyline on it. And you can see the colors which he chose a variety of color of reds, black, and white, all in one color, projecting the African story. And here's a complete abstract with African motif around it, and it's a monochrome work of black and white and some strokes to project the African tradition. I've earlier told you before that is highly influenced by his immediate environment. And here again, some other works are coming up which are colorful, and these works are titled The African Woman. And you see three women standing, and they are putting on their tying wrappers, and you can look carefully and you find out that those wrappers actually carries the African motifs, the African lines, and he carefully choose colors of different shades of blue, dark blue, light blue, and middle tone of blues, and you can see oranges of different shades and red. Here is another one of his, the horse rider, which this work has projected him and has projected his kind of work here in Nigeria and outside. Yes, another good work of his, the rider, the horse rider. Colorful, and the use of red is fond of using reds. These are some of the habits that are common with artists. They fall in love with certain color. And the next person is Akinola Lasika. Akinola Lasika is a cartoonist and an illustrator. He was born in 1916 at Owo, Ondo State, and he has worked with different newspaper companies where he produced a lot of cartoons. Because of his against the government of the day, there was a cartoon he actually produced and landed him a month in jail. And here are other portraiture. He's a good portraiture painter. He has done a lot of works, and most times his works are idealized by the Western educational and materials he uses, and so he projects more of a portraiture works and more of cartoon. He's a great cartoonist. He has produced a lot of cartoons which has go against the government of the day, and here is one of his cartoon using monochrome colors. And also this cartoon is telling stories, and you can see from the illustrations that he shows the environment and tells more about the negativity that happens in Nigeria as a country. Some of his works that are coming up, that will be coming up again, are cartoons that also project and goes against the government of the day and how the Nigerian government has treated the citizens. And here is another one that has also projected the situation of the masses and the citizens of this country. Classical style of cartoons are highly influenced by his environment, and again he's a good portrait painter, and here is one of his notable portrait work which people knows him and this work because it's one of his masterpieces that is all over everywhere. Use of green, look at the background, you see different shade of green, and the cloth that the woman is putting on, you see different shade of green, and the use of yellow, and you see the face highlight, you see the use of highlight, high key. And another good portraiture of Lasika Akinola, portraying the tradition of the western part of Nigeria. And this is a good portraiture of, he is using monochrome colors. He's good at using monochrome colors in portraying in painting portraitures. And here's another good example of one of his works where most of the colors are monochromatic. And another one is this, where which is a painting of a portraiture of somebody, and he's also using a monochromatic colors. And you see the different shade of yellow mixed with black, and trying to project the darkest part of the paintings. And you can see from the shirt the person is putting on the application of different tools and the application of drape lace and foldings all over. Here's another good portraiture of Akinola Lasikan, where he uses monochromatic colors. He does not really use much of colors because he's he's educated in outside influence from there, and he also projects those qualities in some of his works. And this is a good example of the use of monochromatic colors. And here is another one, which is the dancers. You see African women and drummers all around, and the use of different polychrome colors. This time he actually deviated from his normal style, which is monochromatic colors, and is using uh, varieties of colors and different shades. And you can see the movement of the women and how they are able to how he's able to carry out the foreground and the middle ground. Here is another portraiture of Akinola Lasikan with rich colors, and also projecting the Yoruba tradition, way of dressing, the costume. Here is another good picture of portraiture that he has painted. Here, this is a kind of work he actually produced. Portraitures, and they always look real. As you can see, the pictures or the portraitures look real and is a realist. This is where we are going to end the class for today. See you in our next class.